Hello everybody. I'm going to start from the beginning. This is about my scooter, and we'll start from the day I bought it. So I came to Korea to teach English, obviously. You should know that if you're reading this blog. Hi family, I love you. I bought a scooter when I was here in Korea, maybe 3 months in. So March, April, May, maybe April, maybe May, April, May, something like that. I bought a scooter. I wanted to get around my area faster. I wanted to get to work faster. I didn't want to pay subway fees, whatever. So it cost me 500,000 won, which was like $450 or something close to that. Me and my buddy rode it back to my apartment, which was across town. So we would take turns on the back. I would have my cell phone at one point, and he would have the cell phone at one point being on the back. And the person on the back was reading the GPS as the person on the front was obviously driving. So we'd be like, take a left, no, take a right, go straight. So that was crazy. And one of the most dangerous things I've ever done in my life. But made it home safe. I've been driving my scooter around, been loving it. Love my scooter. Call it the Bumblebee because it looks like a bumblebee. So fast forward a few months. It's September now. And we just had the Korean Thanksgiving called Chuseok. And I thought I was going to be going out of town for this 5-day weekend. Well, it was also raining the day that I drove my bike to school. I didn't think it was going to rain, but you cannot trust Korean weather reports at all. If you thought you couldn't trust them in the States, you sure as hell can't trust them in Korea. So I drove my scooter to school. It said like a 10% chance of rain, and sure enough, it starts raining. So I'm like, great. What am I going to do? So I finished teaching, and I tell my friend, the IT guy at school, about my predicament. And he tells me that I should put it in the maintenance shed. So I walk out there. All the homeboys are out there smoking and watching a movie, because I guess the maintenance guys don't have anything to do. They just sit around and wait for something to happen or a kid to throw up, I suppose. And yeah, I asked him if I could put it in there. Well, I kind of conveyed the message to my friend who spoke English, who then asked them if I could leave it in the shed. Needless to say, they're awesome. They love me. I love them. I left it in the shed. And so by the end of the day, it stopped raining. And I kind of figured out that maybe I wasn't going on the trip because I was told by like 5 Koreans in 1 hour that our 3-hour bus ride was going to turn into a 10-hour bus ride. And my bladder's about that big. So I can't do a 10-hour bus ride. And I've been on enough buses in Korea to know that A, they don't have bathrooms, and B, you're lucky if they stop once. So I didn't want to screw with it. We were going to leave at a later date. Anyway, I run downstairs at like 4:30. We leave at like 4:50. But I guess since it was a Thanksgiving weekend, Chuseok, they left early. So my scooter was stuck in the maintenance shed. So I was like, okay, no big deal. I'm going to be here for 5 days. I'll just ride the subway. Whatever. Fast forward to when I come back from Chuseok, which was a Thursday, this past Thursday. Scooter's fine, it's in the shed, I pull it out, I'm like, okay, I'm going to ride it home. Put it outside, check my pocket, took the key off my key ring, because I was like, I'm not going to ride this sucker for like 5 days, and I don't need that extra key clogging up my pockets. So I didn't have my key, which was awesome. So I go home, come back to school the next day, have my key, but I look in my oil tank, and my oil light's on, and I have no oil. If I really did not trust driving this thing home. I mean, I'm sure it would have been fine. It wouldn't have blown up or anything, but no oil. So I left it. That's a lie. I really had the biggest intention of driving it home on Friday, but there was a surprise teacher dinner or something, like they always are. And so I had to go to that. And they were going to bring me back, and I was going to drive it home. But sure enough, we started drinking at the teacher dinner, like always happens. This always happens. So I was like, okay, screw it. And we were also eating acorn jelly, which is not my favorite. So I decided to hit the makgeolli, which is like a rice wine. I started drinking a lot of makgeolli and got kind of tipsy, and I didn't want to drive, so I just left it at school. And I kind of hid it at school before I left on Friday. Um, I come to school today. Today was Monday, and I'm settling in for the workday. Mondays suck because I got like 5 classes. Thankfully, I have the first hour off, but I got 5 classes on Mondays. They're all 5th graders, and I was just getting ready for the day. And I get this message from my co-teacher that says, "Oh, Sean, I'm so sorry to hear about your scooter. Apparently, Songi said it's really broke. I'm so sorry." I was like, "Oh no." So I go outside and I check it out, and some kids, we think, took a baseball bat to the front of my scooter, broke the front of it. They ripped off the battery cover. Were trying to like screw with wires in the battery. It didn't do anything. And they kind of screwed up my trunk seat a little. And that's all the damage I thought that it had sustained. And then it started right up. I turned it on, and I was going to drive it to another space, and I realized that they had totally knocked the alignment out of the front wheel. So if I had it straight, I would go like this. So to go straight, I'd have to turn my handlebars like this. So I immediately knew that I couldn't drive it home. So we had to call a repairman, which he was like 30 minutes late. He came and picked it up. It's going to cost me like 85,000 won, which is like $80 or $79 or something, to get it fixed. Came and picked it up. He's going to bring it back tomorrow, and I'm going to get my Bumblebee back. Moral of the story, I shouldn't have left my scooter at school. It was probably my fault. And kids, take your anger out on video games, not my poor scooter. I love my scooter, and I don't want you to break it. What a day. Anyway, it's always an adventure in Korea, and I'm getting my scooter back tomorrow. 85,000 won lesson that won't be repeated. And it could have gone much worse, and I'm happy that it didn't. And that's my scooter story. So I'm sure there will be another scooter story. I'm going to try and tape my camera on the... That's my laundry. It's finished. I'm going to try and tape my camera on the front of the scooter and give you guys a little point of view there. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you guys about the scooter. Give a little story. I guess this is my first video blog on the site. So I'll make another one. I'll see you guys later.